Hi, John Morgan here, and this evening I am here in my wildflower garden. And this time of year, it looks pretty rough. It's dry, there is stuff everywhere, and I just need to go in and clean it up. So there's really no easy way to do it. I brought out a couple different pitchforks and a rake, and I'm just going to tackle it to see what tool works best. And once I get started, I'll kind of come up with a method. But my goal is to create a pile right here that I can burn, because I've got tree limbs from where I trimmed the apple tree, and then I also have a crepe myrtle that had a piece break out of it. So I've got to set up a burn pile. And then once I do that, I can go in here and do some ground prep and then sow my wildflower seeds. Alright, so this pitchfork seems to be working the best. I can just go in and sort of give it a good scrape like that. And then you can see this beautiful soil underneath. I'm not going to need to do a lot of work to get it ready. Taking a little water break here, and I thought I would kind of recap what I'm doing. So I'm about 50% of the way there. Some plants I'm leaving. So these staghorn sumac, I want these. They're turning into a beautiful little kind of fence of trees right here. But I am kind of controlling where they go. So in the summertime, if I see shoots coming up out here, I'll cut them down. Another thing is all this kind of scrubby brush right here behind me on this side. I'm going to go over it with the riding lawnmower and chop it up. Mainly because I want to spread the seeds of it. It's a really beautiful aster that blooms in the fall. It's a native plant here in the Ohio Valley. And late into the fall, it provides a lot of pollen to pollinators late in the season. So I want to get that to spread if I can. All of these plants were more seasonal wildflowers. So I'm kind of piling them up right here. I'm going to burn them, and then I'm going to lightly till this area before I reseed it. I also had a wooden seating area over here. It was really just kind of a platform. It was an old workbench that I repurposed. It wasn't even treated lumber. And it's been out here for a few years, and it's at a point where it's just too far gone to save. So I'm going to burn it up. I do have a magnet, so I'm going to go around and collect the nails after I burn the pile. So you want to make sure if you're burning anything like that, you know, you have a way to collect the nails. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I've got a little bit more cleanup to do. And then I've got some other stuff that I need to drag out here and throw on the pile, like scraps from the apple tree, that crepe myrtle. And then once we get to sunset, right now it's 6:54. You can't burn in West Virginia right now until after 7 p.m. because it is so dry out. You want to make sure that the dew's fallen. I'm also going to go get some water, so I've got water nearby when I burn this. But yeah, I've got some more cleanup to do here, and then once we get into sunset and evening, I'll be ready to light this thing up. Oh yeah, I also forgot. I managed to stab my toe with the pitchfork. It didn't go through. I have boots on, but they're not steel-toed boots. So yeah, the point right on my big toe. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. Nope, not fun. Alright, I got the apple tree limbs. I didn't get the crepe myrtle. Unfortunately, that whole bush is going to have to come out. So I'm going to need to break out the saws and take care of it. And after doing all this, I just don't have the energy to tackle that tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up. Tonight, it's a really calm night. There's no wind at all, so it should light up fairly easily. So I'm going to go around and light it in a few different places so I get a nice even burn. And then I'm just going to tend it with a pitchfork and keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, she's toasty. So right here is a prime example when you're burning a brush pile like this. You just don't want to walk away and leave it. Even if this were burnt down to coals, it could reignite and start spreading. So what I did before I started is I worked my way around this pile and kind of raked a fire break. But there's spots like this that I might have missed. So I've got to keep an eye out and watch for stuff like that. And absolutely, when you're burning this time of year, don't leave a fire unattended.